Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Spread our lives to this moment. We pray, accept our ibadat. Ameen. We welcome us back to another edition of the Free Nahw and Sarfu class. And in this class, we are going to be looking at al-adad, numbers. And if you could recall from the last class, we mentioned that the types of tamiyize waznu, kail, misaha, and adad. So now we want to treat adad because it has not been taken before. So before we look at it properly as tamiyiz, we want to look at the overview of adad and how they are formed. So adad are numbers. So anwa'ul adad, types of numbers. العدد المفرد ثلاثة إلى عشرة ومئة وألف ومضاعفتهما. So that's the first type of adad. If you notice here, he said ثلاثة إلى عشرة, 3 to 10. So adad numbers in Arabic is different from that of English. You know that in English, when you have 1, that is singular. Then when you have 2 to infinity, that is plural. Here it is different. 1 is singular, 2 is dual, 3 to 10. That is when we start to count numbers as numbers from 3. That is when we count numbers as what? Numbers in Arabic. So 3 to infinity. That is when we count numbers as numbers. Because if you look at the formation of 1 and 2 in the sentence, when we use them in the sentence, they don't come in the form of a number. They don't come in the form of a number because that sentence itself has indicated the number already. So they come as an adjective. Let's just take a look at an example. Ja'a talibun wahidun. If we say Ja'a talibun, talibun is a boy. So Ja'a talibun, a boy came. If we put wahidun to it, wahidun is just serving as an adjective there. Just affirming that it is only one boy that came. So Ja'a talibun wahidun, a boy came. One boy came. So wahidun there is not doing a job as number. It's not doing the job of a number there, like in Arabic. So numbers in Arabic are recognized from 3 to infinity. Then Ja'at talibatani isnatani, 2 students. Two students came. So Tolibatan already is 2 students. We know that the word Tolibatan is 2 students already. So adding Isnatan is just an adjective, a sifa, a nat that is just describing Tolibatan. And you will also affirm that from the Enrob. So Ja'a Tolibun, you can see this Rafun. Wahidun is also taking Rafun. Tolibatani, Rafun, Isnatani, Rafun. So 1 and 2 are not considered as a number. That is why most scholars do not consider 1 and 2 as numbers. So we will be looking at our numbers from 3 to thousands, tens of thousands. So, and one on that, the types of numbers or division of numbers. So al-adadu al-mufrad, numbers that are formed from a singular word, like one word, not a singular word. When we have one word as a number, that is adadul mufrad. And then we can have them from salasatun ila asharatin, 3 to 10, wa mi'atun wa alfun, and 100 and 1,000. So, and their multiplication like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 200, 300. So salasatun ila asharatin. This 3 to 10 is the only one that conforms with the idiosyncrasy of English. You know, in English, when you mention a number that is not 1, let's say 4, the noun that comes after it will be in plural. So, for example, we have 100 boys. 100 boys. So we have 3 boys, 5 boys, 25 boys, they are just boys in English. But in Arabic, they are different depending on the type of adad it is. So if it is 3 to 10, if the adad is from 3 to 10, then it will conform with the way of English. So we can have something like salasatu awladin, 3 boys. Awlad is plural form of walad, boys. So that conforms with the idiosyncrasy of English. But if we move higher, let's say 100, for example. So we cannot say mi'atu awladin. That is wrong in Arabic. We know awladin is boys. Mi'atu is 100. So why can't we? No, it is wrong in Arabic. We do not use it that way. So we say mi'atu waladin. Mi'atu waladin. You can see we use the singular form of the noun for 100 for mi'atun. So that is the difference between English and Arabic in numbers. So while trying to learn the numbers in Arabic, you have to put that of English aside so that you don't mix things up. So that's the first part. Mufrad, those ones that are in one word. Salasatun, just one word. Arba'un, one word. Mi'atun, one word. Alfun, one word. So like that. Then the second type, al-adadul murakkab, adad that are formed from what? From 2 words. That is when you take 2 individual words and join them together. So, and this kind of murakkab is called murakkab masjiyu. Al-murakkab al-masjiyu. That is the kind of murakkab that we have here. And the murakkab masjiyu of adad are mabniyu. They are what? They are mabniyu in 2 parts. That is why we wrote ahada asharo ila tis'ata asharo, because here the tis'ata is what? Is mabniyu. The asharo is also mabniyu. So that is adadul murakkab, when we have 2 numbers together, and it occurs from what? 11 to 19. Occurs only from 11 to 19. Then the next one is adadul uqud. Adadul uqud from 20 ila 90. That is from 20 to 90. And it is just those 10s that we are looking at. 20, 30, 40, 60 to 90. So those are adadul uqud. Then al-adadul ma'tuf ila adadul uqud. That's another classification. Adadul ma'tuf are those adad that we use wawul atfu to join together. For example, we say 32. 32. That is what? Isnani wa salafun. Isnani wa salafun. So that wow, that is the ma'tuf. Then ila adadul uqud. And also they consist of adadul uqud. That is 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 included, 31, 32 to 99. So that is the 4th classification. So these 4 classifications have their different applications. The way we write them, rules guiding them, and the nouns they come to count. So they have their own different rules, and we are going to be looking at them individually in subsequent lessons, subsequent classes. So examples for al-adadul mufrad from 3 to 9. Ahadoro salasatu awladin. 3 boys arrived. 3 boys arrived. So you can see we have the conformity, like I said, of what? English 3 to 13. 3 to 10. This 3 to 10, they are the ones that follow the normal English way of numbering. So hadoro salasatu awladin. If you put khamsatu, still the same thing. Hadoro khamsatu awladin. So hadoro salasatu awladin, 3 boys came. Then the next one we have for what? Al-adadul murakkab. Kharaja arba'ata ashara rajulan. You know, we said it is murakkab masjiyu, join 2 individual words together. And here it is what? It is mabniyu. No matter what comes before it, the fatha stays because it is mabniyu. So kharaja 14 rajulan. 14 men left. 14 men left. Then the next one for Adadul Uqud, Indi Salasuna Qalaman. I have 30 pens. Indi Salasuna Qalaman. I have 30 pens. Then the next one for Al-Adad Matuf, Marartu Bisalasin wa Ishirina Sayyaratan. I walked by Salasin wa Ishirina, 23 cars, wa Khomsatin wa Salasina Baitan, and 35 houses. I walked past 33 cars and 35 houses. Then for 100 and thousands, then Qara'tu mi'ata suratin, I read 100 surahs, wa alfa ayatin, and 1,000 verses. So what I want you to notice here is the last word, the words coming after the adad, the nouns coming after the adad. Here it is plural and it is taking kasra. Here it is singular and it is taking fatha. Here it is singular also taking fatha. Here singular taking fatha, singular taking fatha, singular taking kasra, singular taking kasra. So these are different types. The different types of adab, they are adad, they behave differently with nouns. When you add nouns to them, the nouns take different forms. It can be nasbu and be mufrad. It can be jarru and be mufrad. It can be jarru and be jamr. So they have different forms, and we are going to be looking at those forms, inshallah, individually. So from 3 to 19, we'll be looking at 3 to 19, 3 to 10, the first part of Adad al-Mufrad. We'll be looking at 3 to 10. We'll also be looking at 11 to 19 and 11 to 99. We'll be looking at 11 to 19 and 11 to 99. And also, for the last part, we'll be looking at thousands. We'll be looking at thousands and hundreds. We'll be looking at thousands and hundreds. Also, we'll be looking at those the Matuf also. So all of them, they have their different rules guiding them. So before we move into Tamiz proper, we are going to look at how these adad are formed. So let's just take a look at the Tamiz with the number. Don't forget, this is out of it, because we said already that they are artful. They are artful. They cannot. They are wasful. They cannot what? They cannot be Tamiz, since we already said they are wasful. So here, the awlad that comes after the number is the Tamiz. So all of those nouns that we are using the number to count are the Tamiz. So rajulan, qalaman, sayyaratan, baytan, suratin, ayatin. They are what? They are Tamiz. And if you remember, we said Tamiz it is permissible for Tamiz to be in Nasbu state and Jarru state. So and you can see that this is Jarru, this is Nasbu, this is Nasbu. So it is not going against the rules we have spelled earlier. So this is just a brief introduction of adad. And in consequent classes, in classes to come, we are going to be looking at those types individually, and we will be able to form words with their numbers by ourselves. For that and more to come, I say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.